Are you interested in buying Bitcoin?
I don't understand what you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use it. Drop your weapon!
Where did you get these eggs?
On our last stop?
At Starbase 73?
Yeah.
What kind of eggs did you say these were?
They're really tarred testicles.
Who are you, Data?
Worf will love those too, I guess.
Hey man, if you can't stomach tarred testicles, are you really a Klingon?
On our last stop?
At Starbase 73?
It's the rite of passage.
What kind of eggs did you say these were?
Horta eggs. See, it's a TOS callback.
Hey!
Who are you, Data?
That sounds like a shy porn special.
I can't believe I let him get to me. Not your fault. Genetically engineered or not,
Only I'm the one the writers said could suffer.
Brian.
not your fault. Genetically engineered or not,
Klingons have two and we only have one. Worf is adding the lengths together. He's such a cheetah.
let's get a drink.
This won't be much of a briefing. There's nothing new to report.
Worf.
Humor me.
All right, let's see.
Janeway's still not returning your calls, Seven is trying to create a collective out of the Roombas, and Harry won't stop trying to learn the sax.
Thanks. Humor me.
All right, let's see.
Tom still isn't cutting it in the bedroom, and 23 engineers were needed to clean up that mess you made in Holodeck 2.
Thanks.
Rude.
This one.
Growing his second penis too.
For fuck's sake.
One. I bet there'll be another one.
No, sir. It is the Gorge.
Gorge.
He ran into stars at a convention. Security had to jump in. There's a restraining order now.
Not me
It
for
was a
once.
whole thing.
I didn't throw myself under the bus once. Thank you, whoever was that. I appreciate you keeping the gag going.
No, sir. It is the Gorge.
Gorge.
It's a young Balak. It'll sprout soon.
What the fuck?
You need to fight, Mr. Wolf.
No, sir. It is the Gorge.
Gorge.
Splashback from the twin dongs, sir.
Oh. All right.
Oh.
Have you been in a fight before?
There we go.
I've got 3.
Okay, not a wolf dick joke. I'll allow it.
I heard a rumor that you took a restraining order against the stars. Oh, I guess the rumor was true. Sorry, too soon. Too soon. Mitchell sucks also.
We're getting all the best, all the greatest.
All
hits
the
like
meta
that.
references
Yeah.
in it once.
Hey, if you're not busy, can you get me a Ractogino?
That one was yeah, no, that.
I had Deanna
yeah.
for like 6 seasons before you.
Wow.
Deanna got sick of the twin dongs and came crawling back to MW.
NW.
All right,
Yeah.
we are banning
Yeah.
twin dong references from now on.
The code for the tactical station is up, up, down, left, right, B, A, then star. Got it?
Dude, this was a really good final round.
This is a good one.
His rant, don't worry about it.
It's customary on Earth to greet someone with a handshake.
We typically just commit diplomatic faux pas, punch Andorians, and a little light genocide, but I can tell we're no match for you, Captain Archer.
Thanks.
Alright.
It's customary on Earth to greet someone with a handshake.
Can I have some hand sanitizer?
Thanks. It's customary on Earth to greet someone with a handshake.
Well, it's customary on our planet to greet others with
come
double dog
on.
shakes, but apparently
Yeah,
that's frowned
there we
upon
go.
amongst your people.
Low
So,
hanging
nice
fruit.
hair.
Just like the stuff behind
Thanks.
the double dongs.
It's customary on Earth to greet someone with a handshake.
And when does the captain get here? Mine's a Ractogino.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, that was very good.
I didn't bring my trombone this time.
First time for everything.
Is that a gorge?
First time for everything.
I've got 3.
First time for everything.
Ben popped in the chat and wasn't just trying to hype some disappointing news.
Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
oh, that's harsh. Oh, I feel bad inside.
I want this one.
Are you sure? He comes with a lot of cross-cultural baggage and is in a middle love triangle with this bearded one
None of
over
this is
here.
incorrect.
Plus daddy issues.
I'm sure.
Wait, he's talking.
I'm sure,
He's saying
but I
this
have
about
decided I
himself.
want this
No, it's
Lieutenant
Picard.
Worf.
Is that a problem?
Not for me. But you better take this.
Serious expression on their face.
Why?
Phasers don't work after the Borg remodulate their shields, and why am I the only person on the show WHO knows this?
Yeah, no, the look on her face saying that line perfect.
Not for me. But you better take this.
When are we getting her in the Big Goliath collection?
Oh yeah.
Why?
If you see a gorge, you have 3 minutes before it becomes a double dong joke. Shoot first.
Well done.
But you better take this.
Why?
You've just taken a job in WRG quality assurance and customer relations. Trust me, you'll need it.
Everyone's. Data, what's the last thing that you remember?
Tasha was pretty memorable.
Oh boy.
Data, what's the last thing that you remember?
When I woke up in a nightgown with my best voyage rank.
That was pretty good.
Data, what's the last thing that you remember?
I woke up in an alley without my head.
Oh, love that.
From the
Time
mission.
Tower reference.
Data, what's the last thing that you remember?
I seem to recall Tasha telling me to open up the kit and attach something that vibrates.
From the mission.
He said
hell.
keep it clean.
Data,
What was the
what's
threshold?
last thing that you remember?
Being number 1 Voyager.
No, never.
Dub did you like best?
An investment in instruction, sir.
Remember to take that off before you see Data. I need him fully functional.
Data.
That's where Ben
Investment
gets
in
it from.
instruction, sir.
Don't get too close to that oily blob. People will prank call it later on.
Oh, spoilers for Lower Decks.
An investment in instruction, sir.
Pointy thing bad. Also, you may want to call your agent.
An investment in instruction, sir.
You have to finish before this episode is removed from all streaming platforms.
Starting strong
Investment
here.
in instruction, sir.
Think of your proficiency rolls. You've got this.
I like
These
that.
are all good.
That's really good.
An investment in instruction, sir.
Your finest moment will be how bad you were nerfed.
Oh.
These are good. These are good. Vote. Oh my word. I can't choose.
I have a soft spot for people who try to work in the game for their answers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were you last night?
I decided to turn in early.
Well, you didn't miss much.
What'd they show?
Phlox wouldn't stop running the decon room tapes over and over again.
I bet he has them too, that creeper.
Where were you last night?
I decided to turn in early.
Well, you didn't miss much.
What'd they show?
A Timelines Talks episode without stars.
Oh.
Alright, Stars wrote that
Where were
one.
you last night?
Nice.
I decided to turn in early.
Well, you didn't miss much.
What'd they show?
Tribbles evoke feelings of affection.
There's a callback.
I decided to turn in early.
Well, you didn't miss much.
What'd they show?
The captain's best variant voyage score.
Did I hear that right? Did she just shine a spotlight
light with your innermost feelings like it's no big deal. Say whatever, whenever you like. You presume with all my mastery to pursue flights of fancy. Who am I kidding? I've never found that part of me. Sign design to color inside the lines. Cool and methodical, way too responsible. I can't help it. Sometimes I peek through a keyhole and see people happy. I admit it might be time to change my paradigm. If only I can let go of the wheel. My fear replaced with total faith. I'm fiercely free and really real. Flying blind. How would that feel?
Red alarm, red alarm, red alarm.
Oh, yes, welcome everybody to the Trek Time Trek Show. We are back again to deliver all the... Hey! Thank you for following. Thank you very much for following. We got a lot of red alarms today. Yes, welcome to the Trek Time Trek Show. We're going to be talking all things Star Trek today, latest news, but more importantly, I am here with... Cranky, who has just subscribed yet again. Thank you very much. Always goes bedlam at the start of the stream, doesn't it? Thank you very much. Yes.
The audience not even here to be interrupted.
I know, it's just me and I just talk over it. It's fine. No, thank you for anyone that has subscribed. And remember, all our subscriptions or any of that just goes straight to charity. We are good people. That's what we do. Anyway, Cranky is here on my right, and dealing with my manic energy below me is Stars and Garters. How is everyone? Yes. How is everyone this fine evening, afternoon, morning, from whichever time you're in?
Doing alright.
I know, you do.
Guess what? I you can't see it, but I'm not wearing pants because it is awful in the UK right now. The heat is awful.
I'm wearing jeans and instantly regretting it. Like, this is, why did I not change?
I'm only wearing a t-shirt because my vests are all in the wash at the moment.
Welcome to Clothes Watch.
Yes, all the latest fashions of the Trek Time crew. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about some new figures, new news in the world of NFTs. Oh joy, that old thing. Paramount selling more of its stock off, and maybe we'll have a little bit more Star Trek 4 watch coming up. So look out for that. But first, very first, me and Cranky went to something very exciting last weekend. We went to Destination Trek, and it was fun. It was really good. We had a great time. We're going to talk about it, aren't we? We've got some some video as well. First off, Stars, sorry you couldn't come. I mean, there was only limited space on the bus.
Financials being where it were and work and everything. But guess what? I'll make it next year.
Definitely missed you. Definitely missed Walt as well, who came with us last. Yeah. Well, to tell the story, for those that don't know, we went to go to last year's Star Trek convention, booked the tickets in the hotel, which then got cancelled, so we decided to have a bit of a piss up in London anyway, which was quite fun. That was quite good anyway.
We had a great time. Went to the British Museum. It was great fun.
We did. We went to the British Museum. We went to Forbidden Planet and spent too much money. And instead, this year, went to Destination Trek.
As you always do.
And spent too much money. It was a lot of fun. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of groups and people that we met there. So sort of out there talking to various people. I want to thank the USS Ranger fan group who we met at the merchandising stall. I want to have a shout out to Pub Trek, another Star Trek podcast. You guys should come and go and check out. Met them at the bar after they saw me in my very embarrassing Who Wants
Where
to Be...
else would you meet Pub Trek?
Exactly. After my very embarrassing encounter at the Who Wants to Be a Latinum Millionaire, which we will talk about a little bit later. Shout out to Retrek, who we went to their panel. They were very amusing, very entertaining. They did a kind of version of our pros and cons, but they called it Top Trumps, and it was actually I kind of think it's a little bit better, but hey, there it is. I think we're going to talk to them and say, like, hi, can we steal that? That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Geek Station, to Space Dock Birmingham, and to the Wolf 359 Project. If you've not seen them on Twitter, they've got a whole written book about various stories coming from Wolf 359. It's very good, and I got a patch off them, which I somewhere not here right now. It's over there. Worth checking out. And also shout out to Ed Zephyr, the Kirk impersonator, who was there, who was very entertaining and very good and very nice actually speaking to us as well. And if you've not had checked him out, he's got a production on YouTube at the moment called Star Trek Infinities, so worth checking out. Go and have a look at that. Yeah, where do you want to start with this, Cranky?
Also, a shout out to Geeky Guys on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
they were doing reviews of the whole weekend.
Oh cool, awesome. Yeah, I think they've got some videos. I think they just did their day 2 review, didn't they?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was an awesome weekend. It was obviously it was both of our first Star Trek conventions. It was the first for both of us. So it's like
it's my first time.
Getting your feeling for things and working out how things go, and yeah, it was everything I wanted and more. Basically.
I was just saying to Stars before the show, it was very strange because I just took my yellow jacket, my sort of strange Discovery Season 2 Enterprise jacket, and I thought, well, they'll do. I mean, I don't want to be too overdressed and things like that. And then I walk in, like, there's Portal 63 over one side, there's a whole bunch of Sith Klingons, there's people in full regalia. It's like, what am I thinking? I'm coming to a Star Trek convention. Of course people are going to be dressed up. Like, people are there having their breakfast in full Starfleet uniforms. I'm just like, oh, okay, I am with my people now. This is what happens.
See, I had quite the opposite effect when I first walked in, because I walked into a hotel full of people dressed in full Starfleet uniforms and full Klingons, and I walked in ripped off shorts and a punk vest.
you were and they're like, sorry, the bodybuilding contest is over there.
Yeah, and there's people sort of going, does he know this is a Star Trek convention?
I think we did see 2 Mirror Picards there, didn't we? And there was one that was, I think it was living down or staying at down the corridor for us, and I think he'd just come for the gym because he was very amped up, and I'm like, you can't be here for the Star Trek convention. No, that was cool. Like, there were so many cool cosplays out there. There were so many cool costumes. I think one woman we were talking to had a very cool Raffi jacket from Picard Season 3, and the detailing was incredible.
It's a cool jacket.
It was a very cool jacket, and the way it was all made up was absolutely amazing. Like, having the pips already put into the jacket as well, so there wasn't, you'd have to sit there and meticulously get a ruler out and align it down. It was very cool. But she ended up turning up the next day in full Jadzia wedding dress from season. Season 3, and it looked really
you are
good.
Cordially invited.
I forgot to get the pictures up. I'll try and drag some pictures
in.
Yeah,
you should have done the full sprint, like a slideshow. And here's us doing this.
Slideshow number 79.
Indeed. I think Cranky's popped them all on our Discord, so go and have a look on Discord if you want to see a few pictures and things that we took as well. Oh, just an FYI, our Discord link isn't working at the moment. I just got aware of that. I don't know why, because Discord's fickle like that, but we can send links out. It's not a problem. We can, if you want to go and have a look at those. Where else? Oh, we got some gifts, didn't we? If you stayed at the hotel, which was a Hilton, which was quite nice anyway. Got a nice Destination Trek bottle, which is now my favourite bottle, and it says if you look on there, it'll be
Romulan Ale bottle.
Romulan Ale, which is
nice.
Got a fun little notebook, like the notebook. It says you can't really see it because of the camera, but it says Destination Trek on it, and it's just. I don't know if the pen does. No, the pen's just quite generic. So there's a couple of fun little gifts just for turning up.
If you stayed the Sunday night as well, you got a Destination Trek branded power bank.
Yeah. Which, that's something.
Hey, free power bank, cool.
I'm definitely thinking next year. I mean, because they've already announced next year is Blackpool in July. I think it's June, July next year. I forget now. Yeah, that's going to be Blackpool. I'm already
that
thinking
might be a bit more achievable for me, and to be fair, I've never been, so that would be cool.
There we go. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I might do the 3 days for that one, because I was like, I got to the Sunday, and although I was very hungover, I was a bit like, I don't kind of want to leave.
It's the fact that there's still things going on until sort of 4 or 5 in the afternoon, but you know you've got to try and get home. I mean, you had like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
So you've got to, and work the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be definitely booking more time off. I mean, part of that is to blame for one of our colleagues turning up, Mr. Low Cost Monkey. Shout out to Low Cost Monkey for turning up.
That man can put it away.
Cool. But he turned up on the Saturday, says, oh yeah, I'll just drop in. Bearing in mind he lives in Brighton. Turning up and...
Nottingham.
Oh, Nottingham, sorry. He turned up and went, oh, how am I going to get home? Couldn't get the last train because he'd already missed it, and then went and booked a hotel room. So he stayed there.
He checked the train times. I think it was a train, the closest station to the convention, there was a train leaving at sort of 11 or 11:30, and he said, right, I'll jump on that one, that's fine. Didn't realise that trtrain went straight to the next station, and then there wasn't another train until 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
So he had like a 12-hour wait or whatever it was, sat there, well, less than 12
Yeah,
hours.
for those of us like you who are not acquainted with British trains, it is possibly the worst train service in the entire world.
It's not great. It is not great at all. But yeah, he came and put a lot of drinks away and put a lot of drinks in us as well. But very chatty. We were, very chatting to everyone there. Just looking through chat. You missed the Star Trek karaoke. I think we walked in just as that's when I arrived. I think it was one of the first things I saw.
What would you play at start? So it's got to have. Oh,
thank you for subscribing.
Hey, Roy Cook. He's been around for a while.
Good man.
So you gotta have row your boat.
Row. Oh, actually, my trigger's working now.
Row your boat. You've got to have.
Wrong trigger. Sorry. this one.
Row your boat. I love row. Do you know row?
Do you know row your boat?
That like Shatner was just drunk on set. So you gotta have that. You gotta have Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
You've got to have pretty much all the songs from Space Rhapsody, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You've got to have the Way to Eden song.
Oh yeah, the glitch trip hop remix. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to have all the Klingon drinking.
Well. There was 2 songs because they sung the very happy hippie song, didn't they?
Yeah. And then you got to have the Klingon drinking song from TNG and the other Klingon drinking song from DS9. What else do you have?
There's the Klingon opera song, is it?
Oh yeah, what is it? Something in Melota, yeah. And the keyboardist too, yeah.
Melota, yeah. On the really bad piano.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think there's anything in Voyager apart from Harry Kim and the Kim Tones, and that's just
Doc would have sung something.
There is something. Be all opera. Oh yeah, opera. Yeah, opera
as well.
You need a bit of crooning.
You're My Sunshine.
Yeah, You're My Sunshine.
You got some Vic Fontaine. Man, and then you got to have Faith at the Heart.
Of course. Bilbo Baggins by Leonard Nimoy.
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. You got to have Rocket Man by Shatner. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
You have to have Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Oh god, yeah. Can you imagine karaokeing Sabotage?
I actually got going. Whilst I was driving, about half an hour after I first set off to drive into the convention, I texted into the radio station I was listening to and got them to play Beastie Boys and mention the Star Trek convention.
Amazing.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that classical music?
Yes. I like the beats and the dancing, yeah. The noise and the dancing.
And the shouting. The beats and the shouting, I think it was.
The shouting, that's it, yes. No, sorry, fake fan.
You know what? Get that actress into fucking Strange New Worlds. I don't care. She's like too good to be wasted on the Kelvin movies. Well, she's too good. I enjoyed her character a lot.
She's up there because she was in the Mummy remake with Tom Cruise not long after that as well.
Oh, so God, that poor woman. Okay, you know what? We gotta stop talking about Nurture for a while. And if you guys have not seen this video, I need to know. This is vitally important. This is a public service I'm doing here. Okay, have you guys seen the 2017 Mummy trailer with Tom Cruise that doesn't have the proper music and audio?
I think I have. I've heard about this though. I think I may have seen it.
I need to find it, and you need to put it in the chat because it's the single funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like every time I hang on. Yeah.
While you're doing that, see Leitner, I think that's how you say it. Well, yes, I've been to DT, but I went for the $dollar package, so I didn't see any of the community-driven panels on the second stage. I helped dismantle and load the bridge, transporter, and shuttle of the USS Riker's Beard, though. That's something else I want to talk about. In one of the rooms, they had a full what's it, the Type 1 shuttle? The very tiny one, like, that no one can really fit into unless you get really close and personal with your
Oh, is that like that one? I hate that one, but also it's
they
great.
had a replica of that and a captain's bridge you can sit, a captain's chair you can sit in and get photos, which was really comfortable actually, and a transport, mostly for photos and things. But that was run by the USS Rikers Beard, the Rikers Beard Group, who are a.
You have to mention the registration number of the shuttle.
Go on.
It made me smile every time I looked at it.
Go on.
Well,
What is it?
You know the classic thing when you're at school and you get the calculator.
Oh,
you type in a certain series of numbers.
Shuttlecraft Marina as well, it was called.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Instantly, I put the link to that thing in the. It's under Beasley McCoy is my Twitch handle. So, guys, Trek fans or not, go and watch that video. It will make you laugh like a drain. I have to share it. It's too hilarious. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
No, you're right.
You were doing something on point.
Yeah, no, the Rikers Beard, but that was cool. But, because I'm just thinking about as we were doing it, as we were wandering through. So we went to the merch hall as well, where they sell basically, selling everything, and that's where the second stage was. Yeah, me and Cranky spent a lot of time there, but I think we must have walked around it about 10 times, just looking at things. And every time we're like, no, look, they've got one of those.
Yeah, that was. I mean, the first time we walked around there was a holy experience. Seeing not only all the things that I want, but also seeing lots of the things that I've already got in the prices that they're selling.
Guaranteed,
for
there was a stall. You looked up, you pointed to, I've got one of those. Oh yeah, I've got one of those as well. And these are things, and they're not cheap anymore. I mean, like, we saw Klingon Disruptor, a rare, was it the Diamond Select one or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was a Diamond Select one. It was like the first edition of them. I think they do a newer version, but
it was like 150 quid for that.
Yeah.
It looked good, but yeah, everything was going for too much money. But that had go on. Pretty much every stall. No, you talk. No, pretty much every stall had Eagle Moss on it. Like, there was so much Eagle Moss out there as well. And
I was going to say the Diamond Select ships, like the big size Diamond Select ships. They were. I remember looking sort of 7 or 8 years ago. I was looking at buying them, sort of £80 a piece. They're like £150 a plus now, depending on which model you're looking at. I just so wish I'd have bought them all back when I could.
Yeah. If anything, the value's kept up quite a lot. But I was wandering around going like, right, I've got myself some stuff, so I'll show that off in a minute. But I was like, right, I have to get something for the boys. So I got the boys a couple of Andorian antenna. Oh, he's gone.
Oh boy.
Oh no, here he is. You're right. I got my boys a couple of Andorian antennas, and I got. Oh no, hang on, I've got something else. I forgot I bought this. Something else. This is going to be a channel point reward as well at some point, but have a triple.
Nice, very good.
Have a triple. It doesn't shut up. Or it does in a minute. Calm down. My youngest son was so afraid of it. I put it on the floor and just kind of like, he was just like, "What's it doing?" Yeah, all right, shut up now. Oh my god.
I mean, that was.
Guess what? Good luck getting it to shut up now.
That was the soundtrack to the merch room.
Sorry, I can't get it off.
I should hope so, to be honest. Oh god. Yeah, no, actually won't.
There we go. Yeah, I bought that. I got stars. You'll be happy. I got some Klingons. I got a Worf. These are only like £8 each, but they were unboxed already. So
the stall is on him, but I do love it. That's
it's
good.
Cool. Well, you can take this. You can take this. You can take it off.
Yeah.
I got an ambassador.
It all comes off.
An ambassador Worf from All Good Things. I got that one. And because I just wanted to complete the Klingon trifecta, I got a Gowron as well. Because fuck it.
Doesn't have nearly enough of the little medals and stuff like that,
no,
but some of the detailing is there.
Yeah, no flair.
You have no flair. Look at Worf. He has many flair. I also got some classics from my youth as well. Books I'd lost. The Star Trek Encyclopedia.
I love that book.
Which goes up to. It doesn't even have Voyager in it. I don't think. I think it goes. Yeah.
Is it really that old?
It is ancient.
Because I think I have the updated version that does go up to Voyager, and I think nearly the end of DS9.
It doesn't even have the Defiant on it. We've just got DS9, so I think it's probably like DS9 Season 2. I got that.
That's probably like the first edition right there.
I got this, which is the Lost Voyager. Basically all the scripts that didn't make it in from early TOS and early TNG.
Oh, it's like Blood and Fire and stuff in there, I'm guessing,
Phase 2 scripts. I got the Next Generation Technical Manual, because I just had to. Like, that's something to just flick through. And one also I had that I really like is the art of Generations and First Contact. It's a really cool sort of... Sorry. Very cool little sort of
You
retrospective.
bought a lot more than I remember you buying.
I just kept buying stuff and taking it to the room. Yeah, I had many.
He may have something of a problem. It's fine.
Oh, God, it's so tempting. You look around things and go, well, it's only £8. And I go like, look at books. I nearly bought the motion picture on vinyl, the soundtrack, didn't I? But they didn't take cards. I was just like, it was the Leonard Nimoy Appreciation Group, and they're only taking cash, sadly. Well,
that's kind of great. I love it.
Well,
They had some very offbeat vinyls as well in that box. Some very
Bilbo
things
Baggins.
like Nimoy had narrated and things that Shatner had narrated and things all on vinyl.
There was actually some Star Trek episodes. There was some like audio
Yeah,
books
yeah.
in there as well, wasn't there? Which was really
Yeah.
interesting. But
original series ones.
Ed Zephyr's the Kirk impersonator stall was very interesting because that was the Kirk and Spock appreciation group, and that was full of a lot of slash artwork, which was interesting. It's a good take. But yeah, he's definitely someone that's trying to preserve like artwork of various Kirk and Spock things that have either been lost through time or have recently come up. Even had like some cross-stitch little dolls as well, which was really fascinating.
Yeah, little crocheted things.
Yeah, that was cool. But he was quite cool.
And you have to say, he is a fantastic Kirk.
Yeah,
lookalike.
it really was.
He's really.
I saw some of the pictures. Like, didn't he have like surgery or something? Because I'm like, there's no way he looked that much like Shatner.
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know for sure. We're presuming that he may have had some
He was
surgery. But
not
yeah.
out of character the entire time. Even coming down for breakfast, he was there, full uniform, fully done up, and everything.
Yeah.
Like he was
But
committed.
we saw him in the retrek room, and he was obviously in character for the whole of that panel.
Yeah.
And then he sort of followed us up the corridor afterwards, and Idle sort of spoke to him and talking about the show. And he was Kirk the whole time. He didn't break character.
Don't break character, not once.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But
The full Kirk Lazarus. Yeah.
I said to him, like, we've got one of our good friends, Shyporn, who was Kirk in the Card the Musical. I said, you have to come on, we'll have a Kirk retrospective, and that could be quite fun. He seemed interested, so I said I'll give him a message, and I'm also going to message the Retrek guys and some others as well. Little
networking,
little networking. Yeah, do you know what, that's the one thing as well. I took out 200.
I'm
of
the real Kirk.
I took out 200 of these cards, and I got rid of pretty much most of them. But like, I was going up to random tables, and Cranky, you're like awesome wingman. Every time I went up to someone, you were behind me, just slapping stickers on tables, like
Just throwing stickers out.
like, here, have these. It was great, just talking to people. And yeah, I think I'm waiting for the bill from the Hilton for you putting them in various places that maybe you shouldn't have, like in the stairwells and in the lifts.
Yeah. Well, the one in the lift got removed, so I put another one
did
there.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone's paying attention then.
Yeah.
No, that was fun. I try to think, what else did we do? I want to get onto the Who Wants to Be a Latin Millionaire later.
Well, I'll tell you my highlight of the whole
I
weekend.
think I know
My
what it is.
absolute fanboy moment was talking to JG Hertzler at the bar, just casually talking to him, and him holding my Martok figure and taking a photo with me.
Yeah,
and
nice.
he was such a nice guy. He was really enthusiastic about the figure, like the likeness. Like he said, he was amazed at how good it looked, and he didn't remember them. Obviously, he remembers when they first came out, and he said he doesn't remember them being like that. He thought it was something I'd made, but I told him obviously it wasn't. I could have claimed it was my own work. But no,
I'm
it was
that good. I'm a master craftsman.
Yeah, it was awesome talking to him. Really cool.
He was cool because he was at the bar every night, and like he was just there, just chilling out. And the one thing I'm really happy about with like sort of the Trek community at large is like, because we have breakfast and it's all like a big buffet breakfast, and like we saw Nicole de Boer down there and Ethan Phillips and Terry Farrell, and everyone was coming down and grabbing their breakfast, and people were just leaving them alone to have their breakfast. Walk past, say hello maybe, and then just walk off. And that was kind of really nice to think that they can just sort of without going up and harassing.
That's a good vibe, isn't it?
I know, and even like you say, JJ Hertzler coming to the bar, people were just there talking to him. He wasn't being hounded or anything, or like everyone would come up, and I went up and
except by me with my doll going,
apart from
will you hold my doll?
And even I
You're
went
a
up
special case, Cranky. Everyone sees you and they're like, "Oh, he's so sweet."
But even I went up to him and said, Mr. Hertzler, just may I say thank you very much? And he just turned around to me and said, "You may not." He says, "Oh, what? Sorry?" And he goes, "You may not, but I appreciate it all the same." And I was just like, "Oh, thank you." It's like, oh my god, Martok said that. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that and imbibing the large amounts of alcohol at that very expensive bar was definitely a few bottles.
That's why they host it.
But what else? No, JG Hertzler also he judged the Klingon homemade costume competition. So basically, what the premise was,
Klingon armor comp.
Yeah, everyone got put into a room with like loads of boxes, sellotape, and pens and stuff, and bubble wrap, and had to make their own armor in like about an hour or something, like half an hour. And then
I think it was like 30-40 minutes. Yeah.
And then JG Hertzler came back, and they had to announce what house they were from and what was on their armor, and it was really fun. It was really good.
It was.
We ended up watching that for a bit.
I'm a little bit gutted we missed the start of that and the making of it. I might have joined in on that one.
It could have been fun.
Yeah. The judging was really cool, watching everyone in their costumes.
Yeah, there was some good costumes actually. People really getting the proper like spines down the back and everything, and the leg armor and everything, just out of like, old Amazon boxes of bubble wrap. It was great fun.
Guess what? You improvise. That's the mark of a good cosplayer.
Indeed. So one of the possibly most embarrassing moments for myself at the time, and this is freaking awful.
It was brilliant. You won.
I did win.
Oh,
I wish I
know the story.
Oh no!
You were a clever boy.
I was a very clever boy. We went to one of the where the merch was. There was another stage there, and they had a thing called "Who Wants to Be a Latinum Millionaire?" So we said, "Oh, we'll go and have a watch of that." And there was probably about 40-50 people in the audience there at the time. So and they said, like, "Does anyone want to come up and challenge to be Who Wants to Be a Latin Millionaire?" And there's no response for a while, and like it's good, like 30-40 seconds. He goes like, "Anyone at all? You know, I'll come and find someone if we don't choose someone." I was just like, "Well, I just you, didn't I?" I just said, "Shall I do it?" Oh, fuck it, I'll do it. So I put my hand up.
I said, "Yeah, do it."
Yeah, I was like, "I'll go do it." So I got up there, and they're asking me. Hang on, I can show you the video because I've got some video. He's cranking very nicely. Took some video.
He's bringing out the slideshow, everybody. He's getting the clicker out.
Oh, getting the clicker. Because
slide number 1.
Literally was. Hang on, let me share my screen. This was. Right, here we go. Anyway, you should be able to hear this.
Which of these characters is known for his saying, "Live long and prosper"? Now you look like you already know the answer, but I'm going to give you the options anyway. Is it Captain Picard, Spock, Captain Kirk, or Data?
I think I understand if I got this wrong. It is Spock.
And yeah, that was the caliber of questions, right? That was generally the agreed sort of thing. But I'll skip ahead because hang on, there's quite a bit of this.
Spock's father.
The name of Spock's father. Hang on.
I'll take the risk, and I'll go with.
Oh yeah, that was what was the highest rank in Starfleet? Hang on.
Make it noise.
Oh, here we go. I had to make everyone to make a noise.
Were you so drunk at that
I think there is only one thing you scream at a Star Trek convention. What did Kirk scream on the asteroid in Wrath of Khan?
Yeah. It's quite inspired by that bit. Anyway, I won't share the whole thing. It's about like 10 minutes long. Anyway, so one of the questions, I shit you not, was on the Star Trek show DS9, what is the name of the space station? And they asked us like, is it Regular 1? Is it Starbase 375? Is it Deep Space Nine? And I was just like, I'm sitting here thinking like, this is really.
That's a real lowball right there. Like, I'm thinking of like when we had what was his name? Was it Julian from the quiz?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
On the charity stream, and like some of those questions were super granular. Like, and even he was like, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare this, and then like this guy's like doing a show at the con.
Yeah, but hang on, it gets better because like I can't remember what one of the questions. He looks at me and he goes like, you know, do you want to start using your lifelines, please? I'm like, okay, fine, I'll start using. Yeah, actually, Rigel Cummins is right. I should have said Terok Nor. That would have been a left ball. He would have like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, no, fucking not.
I thought you were going to when he said that.
Inspired.
That's good. Actually, I like that. He'd be like, I can't see you're wrong.
I think my personal favourite question was, what is a Vulcan mind meld called? Is it A, telepathy? Is it B, a mind meld?
I thought it was a trick question. I thought I was
Is it C? And then, you know, and two other random. I was like, what?
It was really bad. So at the end of
Yeah.
that, they go, "Oh, you've won all 15 questions, and here's 15 bars of the gold chocolate bars." So I was just like, "Haha,
Yeah.
good joke."
Yo, win.
A win. And if I'd actually been thinking, I wish I kind of given one to the small child that was at the front of the thing dressed in the Starfleet
good.
uniform, and he was like,
all these bars, you're like, fuck you, child.
He was like my number one fan, 'cause every time I got a question right, he's like, "Yeah, you did it." I was like, "Yeah, man, thank you." I wish I could. So I shout, if that child or their parents are watching, I apologise. I on retrospect, I would have given you.
Well, that child was just watching and they just heard me swear, so you know.
Well, that's true. Yeah, this is not a child-friendly show. But at the end of it, then they stopped and they didn't have any more contestants. That was it. My 15 questions,
cleaned
and
them
they
out.
were done. I thought, because halfway through they said, "Do you want to take your 5 gold bars and win it at that?" If I'd have known that, I would have stopped and let someone else have a go. Got on, but he just stopped. I was like, "Was that it? Is no one else going up and answering the embarrassingly easy questions?"
There was one point I think where he did that thing where it's, "Oh, do you want to stop now or do you want to carry on?" And you said, "No, I'll carry on." And he said, "No, he's going to clear us out."
I mean, that's the way it goes, right? If you, that's how. Like,
I thought.
Well, no, because it's like that's how the game show works. Like, whoever wants to be a millionaire, it's like you go the full 15 questions, or you don't get anything, or you cash out, I guess.
I think, I could have had 5 at one point, so I could have cashed out at that.
Yeah.
But it was just the case that they stopped. And then what was it you found out, Cranky, afterwards?
I don't know. What did I find out afterwards?
About, wasn't it supposed to be for children or
Oh,
something?
I didn't find that out for sure,
right.
but it sort of clicked in my head. I thought,
Idle for you winning a game
maybe
show
that was
for
meant
children.
to be for children.
But why did they pig me? Why did they not say, "Is there any children in the audience?" Because
Why didn't they make it clear? They should have definitely made either that, or they should have had a couple of different levels of questions. Gone right. He knows what he's talking
that would
about.
have been a
Let's
nice
make
way of
deliver
doing it.
that.
Yeah.
The final question, which is supposed like the £1 million question, was, "What is the name of the Klingon homeworld?" It's like, come on, make it a little bit harder. yeah.
So
I mean, it was fun. It was good fun.
It was funny, but you wish. I was hoping that the questions were ramping up in difficulty. I think the only one question that actually threw some other people I was talking to in the pub afterwards was like, what fuels the engines of a starship? And it's like blah blah blah. Is it antimatter or is it dilithium? And I was like, well, it's antimatter, isn't it? And like, but a lot of other people like saying, well, we argued over that one. So that's
also you need to be looking at which engines, because if you're going to go with impulse engines, it's technically deuterium.
There we go.
There you go. This is why we should have made that quiz.
Absolutely.
There was a slightly controversial question as well in the one that was, what is the like the area of space at the edge of the Milky Way?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it was like, is it the Badlands or is it?
It's the Galactic Barrier.
He called it the Great Barrier, and you said the Galactic Barrier, and he was like, And oh no, the guy in the audience shouted, "No, it's the Galactic Barrier, not the Great Barrier." Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Shy.
So they had the answer wrong.
One is from Final Frontier and one is from when no one's gone before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
But one that didn't they go in Final Frontier? Didn't they go to the center of the galaxy, not the edge of the galaxy?
They did. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the great, and that's the one's the galaxy. It's all. I mean, it's all politics anyway. But anyway.
Well, it's almost as if both. You should have named it slightly different rather than having like 2 GBs that have very different ends of the galaxy.
So next year I'm going to do it again if they do it and it's the same person.
Basically, Idle stuffed his
next time.
I'm going to go.
Idle stuffed his gold bars in his bag, and we went to the bar, and that was that.
Shy says it was a contest for children, and they chose Idle. What's the problem?
Thanks, Shy. Thanks, mate.
Guess what? He gets to do that because he's not currently hosting today.
That's very true. That's very true. He could have come on. That's fine. But yeah, it was a great experience. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think there was a lot of negativity going up to Destination Trek because of previous things being cancelled and just the communication in general. But overall, everything was handled really well. I didn't go and do any photographs or anything like that, did we? Like, I think because... Well, the queues ended up getting really long for those, didn't they? Like the photo ones were going. I was walking down the lines for the photos, just handing out cards. I was like, "Here you go, have one of these. Have one of these. There you go. Check us out. We're awesome."
I promise. Please believe me.
Please believe me. Honestly,
there was probably a few minor grumbles, I think, for from the organisation perspective. Things like any time there was a stage show, the sound and the general production was awful.
That stage I was on and it was just terrible. Like the speakers were in the ceiling. Like it was really bad.
And like the quiz thing where it was Terry Farrell and Ethan Phillips versus
awful.
JG Hurts.
Oh my God.
It was people started booing at one point. It was that bad.
They really did. I left at that
It
point.
was,
Mia was telling me about that.
And people started just walking out because it was terrible. And like they had this thing planned, and they planned to have this many people on stage doing a quiz, and they got everyone in the room went, oh, actually the stage isn't big enough. We're gonna have to do it on the floor where no one can see it.
Yeah. They played Pictionary. They played Pictionary with a light, because obviously you can't see, so yeah, they have a cameraman, so you can see it a bit bigger. The cameraman couldn't white balance his camera, and they were using like a light green pen on a white background, so you just couldn't see anything they were drawing. It's like
Well, it was the light that was shining onto the board was the same color as the ink, so it just washed out. You couldn't see what they were drawing.
So like I was just sat at the back, and like the stage manager and me is just screaming, going, "What are they doing? What's going? What is this?" But overall, I mean, I didn't see any of the talks, but I heard they were quite good. There's a thread on Twitter by the Trekkie girls. Those girls we met that were dressed as the Star Trek Star Trek Spice Girls. Yeah, they were really cool. They were really fun. But they've posted a Twitter link about what was discussed at all the cons. Obviously, the actors, because of the strike, couldn't talk about anything Star Trek, so they talked about other stuff. Nicole de Burr was wearing Christina Chong's hoodie, as in with Christina Chong's face on it, to promote her album, which I thought was really cool.
That's cute. That's amazing. Yeah. That's really lovely.
That was really fun. I'm trying to think, what else did we do apart from then just get massively drunk at the bar?
So, I don't know if I should bring this up because it wasn't particularly PG rated, but I saw a lot of putting Trek Time business cards where they maybe should not have been going.
I'd gone to bed by this point, that was it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who was responsible for that.
Yeah, the sticker incident. I'd like to say I didn't play.
I'm thinking of like an intro to the start of a TOS episode, and instead at the top just goes the sticker incident. Ba, 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 ba.
Just picturing the Doomsday Machine, but instead of like the swirling vortex, it's got Trek Time like logo coming at you.
I need to work on that.
Yeah, Mira Uhura was very game.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like she would come to these conventions, like I think she was telling us, and she wouldn't know anyone. Well, she'd only know people she'd met there.
She was on her own, yeah.
Yeah, she was on her own. That was crazy, but
she knows lots of people there, but she knows them from the convention circuit. But she went on her own. Yeah, that's awesome.
There's a few people like that.
It takes a lot of guts to do that. Like cons can be quite intimidating.
I think once you've been once, and then you want to go again. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going next year. Like this year was a kind of like I'll see what it's like, but next year's in Blackpool. We're already looking at like hotels and things like that, so it's good fun. I think it was one of the advantages of having the hotel where the convention was really cool, because I mean, it's like I didn't have to take loads of stuff with me. I could just go chuck it in my room and just wander around, have a drink. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Shall we talk about something else other than our amazing adventure that you guys missed out?
No, I don't want it to end.
I don't want it to end. I didn't want it to end. It's like I had the same feeling I got when I go to festivals. You get like some Latitude or Download or something like that, and like I get to like the Monday and I'm like, oh man, I got the festival blues now. I wish I was back there. Like it was really fun.
It's like when you go on holiday somewhere good and you get to the last 2 or 3 days and you start thinking, I should move here. I could live here and just have a permanent holiday
community somehow. Yes.
Yeah.
Just live off replicator rations and quips and O'Brien quotes. Jesus. All right, let's talk about some news and things that have happened in the Star Trek world in the last month or so since we were last on. So, fun. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has finished. We are not going to be talking about Season 2 on this episode, so we are spoiler-free for those. We will be having... We need to post up the Subspace Rhapsody review. We also need to do Hegemony as well. We've just been a bit wrapped for time because some of us were having fun.
Well, see, I think I'm the one holding up the Subspace Rhapsody thing. I need to get that started.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do Hegemony, but we're also going to have our Season 2 review at some point as well, so we won't do anything spoilerific on the show until we've done that. So, hello.
Say that word again.
Spoilerific?
The episode 10 title?
Hegemony? Is it? What is it?
Hegemony. I'm pretty sure it's Hegemony.
I also have some hedgehoggies in my garden as well.
So like the hedgehoggies?
Hoggies, yeah.
Some Katsi Siete.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, dear.
This channel was built on that mispronunciation.
Fucking hubris.
Yep, anyway.
Thanks, Admiral Clancy.
However, we are not Star Trek deprived for long. Lower Decks Season 4 is starting on September the 7th, not that long away. Recurring cast. We're also having Talis. Is it? No, Talis? Talin? join the cast as a regular?
Yes, T'Lyn.
T'Lyn.
Is that the Vulcan lady?
The renegade Vulcan who dares to talk back.
Indeed. She's clearly out of control. We saw a few good cosplays of her, actually, at the convention as well. I saw a few of them going around. Oh, and there was an amazing Mariner as well, like had the hair and everything, like proper big hair Mariner. That was very cool.
Are you sure it wasn't Tawny Newsom?
I think if it was, that would have been a different story. But yes, Lower Decks is done. Guys, what do you hope for season 4? Because obviously, like I mentioned, we've got T'Lyn coming on the main cast. There's definitely going to be an interaction. Guys, if you've seen the trailer, go and watch the trailer. But there's definitely going to be some interaction between the main cast and T'Lyn, and a little bit more on Tendi's Orion background. And this is where I'm going to let Stars talk, because we feel like I've been neglecting you by talking about things you haven't been to.
So there's a lot of interesting places that season 4 can go. I feel like we have a decent idea of how Lower Decks seasons go now. We get like 9 or so episodes of like slowly interweaving a lot of character development and one-offs, and then you get your episode 10 and there's a galaxy-wide threat that we have to take care of, and that's fine. I feel like they do it a lot more naturally than the other ones. Like, like we had the Texas class ships in one, and we had Badgie and the Packlayers, etc. So that's fine. On a more micro level, I want to see the fallout of Mariner and Jen and that whole situation, because we didn't really get a satisfying didn't we really get a good resolution on that? No. And I'm very curious to see if maybe that's part of the reason why T'Lyn is being introduced in season 4. I'm curious. I want to see Bold Boimler continue. I want Bold Boimler to continue because it's like the best part. I would love that it works out for him every time. Yeah, I want to see more Tendi, more Rutherford, more everyone. Honestly, I don't think I'd be amiss to see someone get promotion. I feel like with 3 or 4 seasons in, I wouldn't mind it if someone actually got a promotion at
technically,
stuck.
Boimler already did get a promotion when he went to the title.
Technically, but it doesn't count.
Did get promoted.
That was a one-off gag. Yeah, give it to Rutherford or Tendi. They deserve it.
Yeah,
they're good people. I imagine we're going to see Peanut Hamper come back with Agimus and probably threaten the entire universe.
And the CBS logo is in there.
Guess what? Modern Trek hates AI. It goddamn hates artificial intelligence. It really does.
If I have to watch another season finale, which is some sort of combined AI that's taken over Starfleet ships again...
I'm so, you know what? People have given Strange New Worlds a little bit of flack for the way it's been handling the Gorn, right? Guess what? At least it's not fucking AI.
Yeah. At least
it's doing something different to literally every other show.
Yeah.
At least they're not gathering every ship in the fleet into one place.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even needed the Borg to kill that. It's like, we might as well just spend the trilithium explosion from Generations. Like, boom, there goes Starfleet, I guess. Well done, guys.
Somehow, something, it was the Nexus. Never mind. What about
Isn't it always?
It seems like they're setting up a bit more of a serialized plot as well, because the sort of opening starts with ships that are being destroyed around the galaxy by this very mysterious looking vessel. So I wonder what we think if they're actually going to.
That's going to get one and done in one episode. You know it is.
Because
that's the way they always do it. They always have trailers showing of there's a galaxy wide threat and it gets dealt with in the first episode, and then because they want to hide the actual threat.
I did spot the vertical D-Deridex ship in there as well. The class. It was based on a concept art of the original D-Deridex specs. Instead of being that way around, it's vertical instead. And I thought that was quite a cool little nod. There's so many things. We're going to get Rom and Lita in this season, which is probably my favourite moment. I want to hear Max and Chase Marston back of the action.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of places. Okay, guys, I need you to get me some deep pulls here. Cameos. Who do you want? Ooh. Not who do you think. Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Anyone on the table, dream match it. Who do you think should appear on Lower Decks? It hasn't already.
Strange New Worlds cast coming on to do a full animated show on their end. That would be fun.
I wouldn't hate it.
No.
Definitely wouldn't hate it.
Garak would be a good. Yeah. He's still got the voice.
Yeah.
He's true, actually. Yeah.
I think. Oh my god, they could do the Garak Bashir love story that they always meant to do.
Yes. Yeah,
they could make it canon. They could actually. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they could do that.
Get fucking Connor Trinneer on and confirm that Trip didn't die.
He's still alive. Yeah,
he's still alive in the 24th century somehow. He's kept alive by pecan pie.
That's the secret, isn't it?
Pecan pie and catfish. Thank you, Trip.
Who else would I see? I mean, we've had Martox. We've had.
No, you know what?
No, we had Martok, haven't we?
I want that one Voyager scientist with the puffy nose about interspatial flexures.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. I want that guy to turn up.
Everyone's looking at him. Do you think? Oh, I don't know.
Prax and Kashyyyk. Somehow.
Travis and Flotter, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, why not? I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, Harry Kim.
Could have a
get freaking Ethan Phillips. Why not?
Yeah, they could do like anyone from Voyager. Really, they could do.
Well, they already did Tom. Yeah.
Let's get William. I mean, they've had George Takei. Let's get William Shatner on. Let's get him doing something.
I don't want Shatner.
Who does?
The thing is, would that be the end of Lower Decks though? Because they'd have blown their entire budget to get Shatner on.
Yeah. Is he still that expensive? I don't know. Is he still? How much is he worth?
I saw a clip of him today riding a horse carriage at 92 years old. At some fair in America.
I think he's still doing Priceline adverts out there, like him and Kaylee Cuoco. I can't spell it. I can't say her name. Kaylee Cuoco. Coco, yeah. Coco Kaylee.
Cuoco.
Woko Coco. How about that?
Hegemony.
Hegemony. I said I had that.
Professionalism.
We did. What we were on the Discord the other night? We did sit and watch the episode.
Oh,
of
up
Joe
the long ladder.
Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe watched that one as well.
That was quite funny. And the Royale, just to top off. The Royale actually is not a bad episode. Not as bad an episode as I thought it was going to be.
Episode. I think it's great.
I think it's good. Yeah. Cool, yeah, so Lower Decks is starting on September the 7th. Recently, at a Comic-Con event, the brothers Hageman and our good friend Aaron Waltke, who came on the last charity show, were up talking...
good friend. We talked to him once, Idle.
Very good friend.
He was very lovely, but we talked to him.
Our good friend. He's everyone's good friend. Honestly, you talk to him enough, he's everyone's good friend.
To be fair, he is a very friendly individual and he's a massive nerd, so I do feel a kinship with him. You're not wrong about that.
He is great. But they were talking about Prodigy Season 2, and sadly, still does not have a home, but they are very optimistic, a lot more optimistic than I thought they'd be, about being picked up. Apparently, CBS are shopping it around various places, but they did show a sneak peek of Season 2, showing off somewhat. So, spoiler warning for anything Prodigy Season 1, if you've not watched it. Mute the next maybe 5-10 minutes, depending on how much we're going to go on about it.
I will go like this again when the spoilers are finished.
Okay. We saw a recurring character coming in. Voyager's own Robert Picardo is joining as the EMH. The original EMH Mark 1 coming in as...
you can call him Joe, it's fine.
Yeah. Dr. Schneider. No, what was it?
Schweitzer,
that's the one,
yeah. Van Gogh, various other names.
So, yes,
Schmollus was another one.
He is coming in as a replacement for Hologram Janeway, it seems like, guiding the Prodigy kids on their next adventure. And we also got a very nice look at the USS Voyager A, because we've seen the Voyager B in Picard Season 3 very briefly on the screen as a Pathfinder class. But
we know that this ship is doomed.
It's already dead. I mean, guarantee it's doomed because something the kids are going to do. It's going to be something wrong with them. But yes, we saw a review, which is an Lamar class, which was named after the actress, I forget her first name.
Hedy Lamar, I believe, who is one of the massive computing historical figure, correct?
As well as an actor and a scientist all in one, so it's like, it's named after both. But
yes, if you don't know who Hedy Lamar is, if you've ever seen Blazing Saddles, that's who the Hedy Lamar joke is about. Yeah. Hedy Lamar! It's Hedley.
But yeah, we saw a good look at the Voyager A, and it's a very nice looking ship. Go look at the screenshots for that. It looks very familiar, very similar to the Intrepid class. It looks like a kind of evolution between the original and the B, but yeah, very, very fitting.
I do like that they're making an effort to kind of establish a nice design language for ships, because it looks like it belongs to the Intrepid, but it also looks very similar to the Protostar. Looks just enough like the Zheng He Inquiry class from Picard.
I know you said that.
Like, I can see a continuity there, and I'm glad that they're... Because I know that was something, it's something that ship nerds like you and I and everyone who was on that designing Starships ship panel we had during the charity stream was talking about. Like, it's important to maintain a continuity, because while you love to have a big, striking design that stands apart, you need to be able to justify it and be like, okay, well, why would Starfleet design a ship like this? But Guess what? They're massive nerds over there, as we well established, and they are doing a good job of making
God,
sure
yeah.
continuity is maintained.
I think we weren't when we had Aaron on the charity stream for an interview. We were expecting like the usual thing when you get producers on for something. Oh yeah, we're gonna hype our brand. I think like no. This guy just went in depth on Trek lore and references. We were just like,
oh yeah, no. It's like oh yeah, Voyager season 6 is one of the top. It was like I'm like oh god, wow, okay, yeah, no, that's a good fucking season. Well done.
Yeah. You have passed the test.
You have chosen wisely.
So yeah, we still don't know. Very sad that we still don't know when Prodigy Season 2 is being picked up. I really hope it is soon. I hope we do get to see that sooner rather than later, and we get the chance for Season 3. I mean, the Brothers Hageman have been out there talking about Season 3 and their plans for how they're going to evolve this show. Because, and again, if you've not watched it, bear in mind, okay, yes, it's a good show, but some of the second half of the season, some of the best Trek I've ever seen. Like, it's that good. It's
pure.
It is just that good.
Yeah.
It swings for the fences like almost as hard as like Stranger Worlds does in its way. I think.
Well, I think
like,
different. I think it played it more safe. I think it stuck to the tropes. Excuse me. It stuck to the tropes.
I don't know.
Than maybe Stranger Worlds did.
It also, in a similar way to Lower Decks, obviously it's for kids, so it doesn't have the same humor, but it's got the same sort of all the little callbacks
energy.
And little nostalgia trips and little
energy makes sense.
for a Trek fan to go, oh, that's that.
Yeah,
you just spot all these little things.
Well, it kind of splits the difference, really. It's like almost like the platonic ideal of Trek in a way. But I do feel like it did take a good few risks. Like the fact that the first half of the season almost feels more like a Star Wars show, and then you see it gradually evolve into a Star Trek show, I feel like is a very daring move.
Because there is the whole plot with the Diviner, and I think anything around the sort of the Diviner and that plot was probably my least favorite aspect of the show. Once they did the more classic, like the I wasn't as keen, but like the when they did the holodeck episode and they did the mind swap episode, which was I think the mind swap one was my favorite one. Just for
there
Kate
might
Mulgrew,
be some of Kate Mulgrew's like best acting. Yeah, it's
Kate
incredible.
Mulgrew playing Dahl in Kate Mulgrew's body is just brilliant. Like, why did they never do that in Voyager? Like, seriously, she could have been playing Neelix in Janeway's body. Could you imagine that? Kate Mulgrew playing Ethan Phillips as Janeway.
Can we get like the Kate Mulgrew one-woman show where she just plays everyone in an episode of Voyager? I bet you could do it.
Someone tweet her now. Someone tweet her now and say that. Oh no, wait till the actor strikes over, then tweet her, and say, look, you have to do this. You must. It is imperative.
I think the Kobayashi Maru episode was my favourite one. With all the,
it's a really good one.
Holograms of lots of hero crew.
Yeah, well, it's also a case of like, I love when you can take an existing part of the mythos that has an established, because it's about learning to accept defeat, and then you just spin it so it's a different lesson. It's like, yeah, okay, he's not quite at the point where he can accept that there's a no-win scenario, and part of the debate about that is whether or not you think a no-win scenario is a thing that can actually occur or not. But it's like, no, let's talk about listening to your crew and actually like being a proper captain, not just about the kind of command decisions. And I feel like that's like was like the first inkling of this is a show that really loves Trek. Of just we're gonna really dig into the mythos and re-examine things in a very loving way, which is they also very do with the Enterpriseians in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Live logs and proper.
The whole that thing. The Enterpriseians episode was very classic. Like you're right. You are right in the sense of swing for the fences, because you got to say like an episode where we're basically taking the piss out of TOS. Like this group of people have found these old logs and are now reenacting it as a stage show, but with the very bad acting as well. Doing that very hammy kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're quite right. That is that.
Watch out, Shai is in the audience. He will tell you that it's not bad acting.
It's very good. It's good acting to be bad. It's good to be a bad actor. Yeah, good acting to be bad acting, something like that. So hopefully we'll see Prodigy Season 2 very soon.
Well, I think Season 2 is like almost guaranteed. It's Season 3 and where it's going to be landing. That's the
it depends. I think it depends if whoever's taking it on wants to condition to say like, oh, we want to invest in this. I mean, Amazon seems like the best bet for it. Really, they've already taken on a lot of. Amazon took on a lot of like the streaming rights, especially in the UK for Lower Decks and Picard, and I think Netflix maybe as well, because they funded a lot of Discovery. They were sort of the proponents behind that. And get out of Paramount's bloody vice grip of death, which we'll get onto that in a little bit.
Spoilers are over, by the way. No more spoilers.
No more spoilers. Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You can come back. Stop unmuting us. Speaking of Enterprise, which you mentioned, Exo-6, the makers of such wonderful models as the ones they have done of, say, DS9 crew and the Voyager crew, have announced they are doing a new one. They are doing Shran, which I've just put up on the screen now. Actually, I will zoom that in. Sorry, apologies for podcast listeners. There is a
pretty good likeness.
Pretty
good.
Yeah, that's
It's,
not.
I've seen pictures of the actual figure itself. I don't think it's very detailed. So it's like, I mean, obviously I collect.
I think the forehead is a little bit too big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
definitely. I think my Diamond Select Shran is a better likeness than the likeness of that.
Guess what? I'm going to call your bluff. Bring him out so we can check.
Stars is asking
Show
you to
your
get
toys.
Get out
Let
your
me
Yeah,
find
exactly.
him.
Get your little
Just
Shran out.
disarm his bomb
Frankie.
cabinet.
I mean, this not going to go on the level of Hot Toys. Hot Toys is like the pinnacle of just how good they can do. And I mean, obviously, the Star Trek like this is not going to quite get there. We have the back.
Guess what? At least we're in the actual place where we can get proper Star Trek merchandise
Well,
now.
this is true. Yeah, we are. It's slowly getting there.
By the way, there is Mr. Martok. As
That's
held
a
by
really good
JG.
likeness,
That's
actually.
Martok.
Yeah.
All right, show me this Shran.
He's not going to fall
Show me
over.
that blue man.
Six to shame.
Here is Commander Shran.
Hang on, let me blow you up while a minute. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
look
don't
up.
know. Actually, that looks
Yeah,
like.
it's about
I
the
think
same,
they're on
actually, thinking about
par.
it.
I think they're about on par actually. But given that was probably like 20 quid, Cranky.
Oh no, Shran's quite an expensive one. I think
Yeah.
he was more like 40, maybe 50.
Yeah, but Exo-6 toys are like 200 quid, aren't they?
Yeah.
they
They're
really?
museum
Oh my God.
quality.
They're quite expensive, I'm pretty sure. Let me
No,
double
yeah,
check.
Yeah.
What do we think about the phrase "museum grade"? Like that just seems
Yeah.
like you're buying
Well,
something.
yeah.
Like it does seem like a bit of needless marketing.
215 US buckaroos, my friend.
You could buy half a Dustbuster for that. You could buy 1/8 of a Borg Queen replica head.
Before Exo-6 started doing the Star Trek models, I very nearly invested in some of the they started, I think, with the Back to the Future models, and they do an absolutely amazing Marty McFly model. And I think they now do a Doc. I think they started with the Marty McFly, but they do a Doc Brown. And
It's funny you should mention Doc Brown because they actually have an Exo-6 of Commander Cruise, and it's a really good
Do they?
likeness. Yeah, it's actually a really good likeness. It's probably the same fucking sculpt as the Doc Brown one.
Just reuse it. Just put some more hair on it and a Klingon bolt. It'll be fine. Yeah,
it's a shame they don't do full sets though. They tend to pick like they do a Picard, and
Yeah.
they do like some key figures, but they don't do like a full set of a crew or anything like that.
Oh, they've got a motion picture Admiral Kirk here.
Ooh, have they done a Wayun? Could this be another way, or they are going to make a
Ooh, let me
Wayun
look.
from this? Maybe this could be the like you say, the
and
same
then they're going to
sculpt.
make a Pank.
A Pank.
No one would buy Tank. No
Yeah,
one
who
buys
the fuck is
Tank.
buying
And they're going to do a Brunt. Yeah.
A Brunt. Yeah, Brunt would be one good one actually.
I would buy Brunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd buy Brunt. I
Do you
wouldn't
know,
buy fucking.
I haven't seen a decent Ferengi model actually. A figure.
That's a bit odd.
Yeah, I mean they're not that bad to do. There's a lot of detail in the ears, but it's not like you're trying to. You don't have to spend so much time recreating the face as much, do you?
Diamond Selector and Art Asylum never made a.
The
a Ferengi
Quark one
figure.
that Exo-6 do is pretty decent.
Oh, have they got one?
They've got a Quark, yeah. It's actually a pretty decent. Like,
Frankie's
let
lounge
me put it
are
up on.
tingling.
I'll send a link. Yeah.
They must
He
have some
does
new
have
ones
a little
since last
shit
time I
smile
looked.
going on for like you put that up. Don't worry, we're not sponsored by Exo-6. We're just nerds.
We're just obsessed. Oh, that Quark is quite good. I'll pop the link in the chat.
It's not
You can
bad,
see it.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of. I think it's like 90% there. I love the detailing on the jacket. The jacket is a choice.
Yeah, clothing is great. Like, can't fault that.
The other thing with Exo-6 is they tend to do a lot of different, extra arms and extra hands and accessories and things.
Why is
We've got a really cool Captain Sisko that has like the captain's vest here, which is pretty cool.
Why is Quark only
And he
20
comes
quid?
with the glass of whiskey from freaking In the Pale Moonlight. That's really cool.
Oh yes.
Here we go. Sub trigger.
Get ready.
They're not working though, are they?
No, they are working now. They should work.
Oh, they're working now.
They are working. Because
I
apparently
can't remember what the trigger is
It
for
appears
it.
we have lost our sex appeal, Captain.
No, it's not that one. Hang on. Is it
Not
this
that
one?
one.
Is it this one? No, wait, hang on. Is it this one?
No.
I really want to get a randomizer on this one. I can't even find it. Did I even put one in there for this episode? Maybe I did. Oh, this one.
I'm
Here we
sure
go.
there's a.
Found
Yeah,
it.
You betrayed your uniform.
Erase that entire
That's the
personal.
one.
There you go. Here. There you go.
Yeah.
That episode was not badly written. Shut the fuck up, Sigourney Weaver. I don't usually say that.
All right, moving on. Hey,
Sorry, 20
guys,
minutes.
have you been out there and bought yourself a hot Star Trek NFT where you can get one of their really cool-looking NFT AI-generated starships and you could earn...
No.
No? No? Anyone? No? Right, yeah, I'm saying... Anyway, well, they're shutting down anyway. It turns out NFTs are a massive fucking scam that people that bought them should really rethink their life choices. Yes, Recur, which started the line of Star Trek NFTs back last year, which looked... And they looked... If anyone ever saw them, like the images, you know...
They were ugly.
They were ugly fucking starships. They were just really bad. Not even... I would even say the Jaeger class was better looking than them, and I hate the Jaeger class. Like, that is... yeah, that is now shutting down. You can no longer buy, list, or use your non-fungible asset or fungible or whatever it is they use to buy and sell, or what is basically you paid money for a JPEG to be worth nothing. So huzzah, who would have thought that would be coming?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, that's Shatner. He would do that.
Shatner was shilling NFT, still is. He's got weird ones. Him in some weird like Borg, like not even Borg, it's like weird android costume thing. But yeah, it's really bad. So that's shutting down. Huzzah! They're not making money. Who'd have thunk it? The whole thing is a scam. And that's about as much as I'm going to talk about that because, if you don't know what an NFT is...
But are you not going to mention that amazing parody someone did where they have Quark and Odo have, like, a conversation about it? They stole my apes, Odo! Very good impersonators.
You paid for a receipt? Why did you pay for a receipt? Tis the season. Well, it's not. It's too hot to be the season. But we're getting August. It's August. We're boiling. I'm wishing I was wearing shorts. However, Advent calendars are a hot thing on the heels of last year's Borg Advent calendar, which actually we saw some for sale, didn't we, at the convention, the thing, and they are
very expensive.
They are very expensive.
Okay, that's a really cool Advent calendar, though.
Kind of is a little bit. It's a nice design. If you look on the screen, it is the USS Enterprise D's shuttlecraft, which is the Advent calendar for this year. You can buy from Insight Editions. Again, not sponsored, just putting out there for people that want to know.
Which shuttle is that? I can see like a livery on the side. What is that?
I can't zoom in far enough, unfortunately. But yes, this is the...
It's one of those ones.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it looks like it has a name on it, but I can't see what it's written.
Could it be is it the Goddard? Yeah, the Goddard was Scottish.
It might be the Goddard, yeah.
So this is, I mean, bear in mind, you know what you're going to get out of this. It's not going to be worth the money you pay. Oh,
oh wow, that's fucking cool.
Pulls it out of his ass. It's like, what are these? It's what I realised about Cranky when we went around the conventions. Like, you've got a lot of Star Trek stuff, don't you? Like, wander around, I got that, I got that, I got that, I got that, I got all of these.
Half of it's in the attic in boxes.
Bloody hell. But yeah, this is $150, and generally, if you know you pay this much, you're not going to get that stuff back in like stickers and bottle and
well, do you want to know what you get?
Let's have it. Well, I don't want to spoil it. Because a lot of people do like to open their boxes and but there is the stuff you get with it. They're only making 1,701 of these. You know,
1701.
Yeah, that makes sense. You get 12 plus exclusive collectibles, a signed art print by Star Trek artist Ryan Denning. Apparently it is high. Right, get this. The premium quality gifts are made from deluxe materials, including ceramic, metal, and fabric. The combined retail value of more than $250. This luxury gift an excellent value. Yeah, and I think it's a cool thing. Deluxe metal, not your average shit aluminium.
Like the standard metal.
Deuterium. This is the high. This is the good shit. Yeah.
Deuterium is not a metal. You mean transparent steel?
Sorry. I don't know. I'm not a well.
Have you even been watching RSDA streams?
I would have been. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I would have failed that question on the Who Wants to Be a Latter Millionaire Celebrity Edition. But yes, so this advent calendar is out soon. I don't think, like, I didn't go for the Borg one because I don't think you get the value out of it, or I mean, I imagine it'll probably cost twice as much. It is a fun thing. I appreciate people.
Spoiler alert: advent calendars have never been worth the cost, no matter how old you are, because you can just go out and buy multiple bars of chocolate like an adult. But guess what? It's all about
but
the
that's
fun.
no fun. Where is your sense of fun,
Exactly.
man?
That's what I said.
So my one regret in life is it was buying the beer advent calendar a couple of years back, because I
remember you hated that, yeah.
I didn't hate it. I loved it, but I regret it because I would open my daily beer and I go, hey, here's my beer. But I could never just have one. So I had 24 days of solid drinking, like several beers a night, because I can't just drink a beer a night. And I'm not going to put it on the shelf to sit there. No. This is the December the 17th beer. This is when I'm going to drink it. Anyway, I've gone off on a little bit of a tangent there. There's some.
Always comes back to beer on this stream.
It really does. In fact, I'm going to open another one in a minute. But there's some stuff in here. If you like,
You're drinking after the weekend we had.
I've got
the dog that bit you.
Got to wind down. If you like small dice, if you like prints, if you like postcards and shuttle rubbers and shot glasses and socks, then yeah, this is a thing for you.
Shuttle rubbers is a little bit reusable.
Well, it'll wear out eventually.
What size do they come in?
What, the rubber?
I need a magnum size.
Are we talking about the socks here?
For my class 2 shuttle condom.
Sorry, I only buy class 3s.
I'm a runabout man myself.
Late one night. Sorry, do you have any class 3 shuttle rubbers?
I'm more of a runabout man myself. I take a runabout.
Oh, show it off.
Sorry, I'd go for the classics on class F and nothing else. You know, give me the old Galileo. Galileo 7, am I right?
How big's the shuttle bay? Anyway, let's get swiftly on. Oh dear.
Jesus.
Let's talk
Sorry, that got very blue. I apologise for
Hey, listen.
If you are the small child that Idol stole 15 bars of chocolate from, I apologise.
Bless him. If you're there next year, I'll make it up to you. I forgot what I was going to say now. Let's look through the show notes. That's usually a good sign. Okay.
Isn't it right?
Paramount Plus. Who's a better duo? Paramount Plus and selling parts of their company off. Paramount are now selling their long-lasting, very popular publisher Simon & Schuster. For people that don't know who Simon & Schuster are, they print every...
It's a book company, right?
It is. Yeah, it's a book and multimedia company. They print every single one of the Star Trek like non-fiction books, things like that, Penguin and Random House and things like that. So, I mean, years and years ago, I was buying Simon & Schuster, like the Omnipedia or the Interactive Technical Manual, things like that. This is another thing that they've... But the worst thing is they're not just selling it off, they're selling it to a... Hang on, what's the exact term? I think it is it's like a private equity firm, which generally says they're going to take it, gut it, kill it, and move it on. So a lot of one thing I hope is that the rights they had for Star Trek is going somewhere else. But at the moment, if you're into like your, it was the first company that novelized the motion picture, and all the James Blish books as well, things like that. It's another example of Paramount cutting things out and not really thinking what they're doing, because Simon & Schuster have been an absolute amazing publisher for various things in the Star Trek literature world.
Do you think that eventually they're going to end up at this point where they're going to be in like the Marvel situation, where it's like, hey, look, we don't have all the rights to all of our various bits and pieces of properties, like the way they're treating Prodigy and the way they're doing this whole book thing now, and it's like,
what have we got left?
The fact that, oh look, we're Marvel, we don't own Spider-Man or X-Men because we're dumb.
No, they are literally chopping up one of their biggest franchises that they could make so much money off.
Yeah.
If they got better at merchandising alone,
merch, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's awful.
Is it going to be like they're not dreaming that there's not going to be like a situation that Marvel had back in 2008 where they're going to take all the B-list heroes and make a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, and we're not going to have just because we're going to talk about like the Penk movie, the remaster of Harry Mudd going out there and making like loads of money. They will need some stuff, but you're right. This is just another, and this is kind of another sign that points to maybe the kind of death knell of Paramount as the people are trying to gut and sell bits of it away, that Star Trek and CBS need to kind of go like, just slowly step away and move and just go to
step away from the multimedia company.
Let's go to Apple. They seem to have a budget.
I mean, yeah, at this point, I'd be almost happy for Disney to take over.
We spoke about this before,
I don't know about that.
No?
Guess what? I don't think there's anything quite as embarrassing as Rise of Skywalker and the Star Trek oeuvre. Maybe Into Darkness. Maybe.
I just finished.
That's up there.
I've been playing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and I just finished the Rise of Skywalker section in there, and that was.
How much did you enjoy the I don't like sand crack during the end montage? Yeah,
that was much more enjoyable than watching that film. But anyway, we're not a Star Wars podcast. Let's carry on. But yeah, this is another chip off Paramount, like selling stuff off that without realizing that, hey, this fandom needs this stuff. Who else is going to print my First Contact book? Actually, I don't think this was Simon & Schuster. Oh no, it's Pocketbooks. Pocketbooks is the other one that sells it. But who else is gonna publish my William Shatner's Star Trek memories inside the story of the classic TV series, which I won from the Retrek guys for just being there, for participating.
I wonder if that's the version where he lies about how much he's friends with Leonard Nimoy.
Hang on, yeah, it literally is. I was reading the first page of this. It literally says,
"Oh God!"
It says, "Instant. My peace is shattered by the brain-piercing electronic screeching that blares and buzzes from my evil digital alarm clock. Quickly, I spring into action, tossing around heroically, and finally employing the desperate maneuver known as the old pillow over the ears trick." Yeah, so, yeah. I'm going to be reading lots of that. That's going to replace the Shatnerverse books in my
you know
triggers.
what? I when I was in school, I got told that I was a very good writer with one exception. There was one thing I did that drove everyone who read my stuff, like all my essays, all my homework.
Was it you're trying to put Worf
crazy?
Worf and Gowron / fiction in?
No. Worf Gowron, no. It's all about Worf Martok.
Oh, of course, sorry.
So it's that I would massive run-on sentences. I would have like sentences that.
Isn't she?
Thank you, JJ. I would have massive run-on sentences with tons of like separations with semicolons and ellipses and dashes and all these various different ways of artificially lengthening a sentence to the point where like you'd have like a massive paragraph that long and it'd be like 2 sentences when you actually broke it down. That's what that sounded like. That Shatner freaking thing. That sounded like me writing my like 15-year-old essays because I just would not fucking stop a sentence.
Let's just flick through a random page. Hang on. The neck pinch, for example, came about while we were filming The Enemy Within, in which Kirk, on the first of many occasions, gets split in two. One half becomes the good guy captain, the standard loyal, brave and true version, but the other half was essentially the malicious opposite of Kirk, probably television's first evil twin. Pretty sure that's not true. At any rate, written into the script was a scene in which evil Kirk was about to kill the nice Kirk, but if he does, we'll never get Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Evil Kirk had the green wrap, didn't he?
They both did, didn't they?
I think they were both wearing the same uniform. I'd have to rewatch.
Yeah,
It's coming up for us.
Oh no, wait, no, they're both wearing yellow because if I recall, Evil Kirk in Timelines is wearing the yellow.
Yeah, and one of them's wearing slightly darker.
That's how I remember this game.
He's got the crazy eyes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's William Shatner. It's absolutely most subtle.
That's coming up for us on our Trek rewatch. I can't wait for that. That's going to be so fun. Yeah, so let's go for some interesting tidbits. Did you know that Timothy Olyphant is that how you say that surname, by the way?
Oliphant, I believe.
Is it Oliphant, not like elephant, but Olyphant?
Like the Lord of the Rings animal, yes.
Oliphant. Master Frodo, it's one of them Timothy Olyphants.
Still only counts as one.
Just keep him away from Legolas.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact: Mr. Timothy was in the running for playing Kirk in the Kelvinverse relaunch back in 2009. People wondering how that would turn out. Turns out he was originally going for the role of Bones. He was sent the script for Bones, but was told by J.J. Abrams, no, we've got a guy for that. Do you want to read for Kirk instead? So it was between him and Chris Pine, but Chris Pine won out. So just a fun little tidbit there that was revealed fairly recently from Timothy's from somewhere. Hang on, I'm reading this somewhere.
I feel really uncultured that like my only real exposure to Timothy Oliphant is the really bad 2007 Hitman movie. I know he's a really good actor. He's like Justified. I think he's in.
He's
meant
also
to be really
in
quite good in.
Mandalorian as well. He plays.
I know him from that. Yeah, he's really good in that. But
that's what I know from. But
yeah, I feel very
This was
the other franchise.
It was that was actually Cobb Vanth from the other franchise. Die Hard 4 he was in, apparently. Walt says, "Wow."
Sorry, I try only to watch good movies.
I think I started to watch that, but anyway, this was just a subtle segue to launch into Star Trek 4. Watch. Latest news on the Kelvin-verse 4th film. Wah! Anyway, yeah. So recently,
there's news.
Yes, there kind of isn't actually, but there was something, so I had to mention it for those that are keeping interest in whether there will be a Star Trek 4 or not. Spoiler alert, there's not. Zachary Quinto was recently on stage at the Mission Convention in Las Vegas, talking to Ethan Peck, of all things. They had a Spock meets Spock moment, which was apparently very endearing, and he was very complimentary to Ethan Peck and saying, like, he also played a lot of compliments to Leonard Nimoy, saying, just how influential he was for the character and how it really sort of joining this family built his friendships with other cast members, and he has a lot to thank for Leonard Nimoy for that, and Gene Roddenberry as well. But yeah, the other part is he says about a future of the Star Trek film. He says, it's complicated. The fact that anything good gets made is kind of a miracle. I think it's about different people having different agendas and ideas about what it will be, and I don't know if and when it will happen. If it coalesces again and we come back and we're able to do it, wonderful. If not, we had a great run. So there's your Star Trek.
Thank you, Ranky. Okay, guys, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we?
Yeah.
Why do we need the Kelvinverse?
Why do we?
Justify its existence in 2023.
There was a time, the dark times.
During the dark times, absolutely. But justify its existence now in 2023.
It's kind of fun. Beyond was fun. Beyond was 2016.
Beyond was good, but let me ask you a question: is there a single episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds that you would not watch over Beyond?
I wouldn't watch the episode where they kill the child to fuel the
planet. Out of 20?
Yeah.
Incredible.
No, I'd probably still watch Subspace Rhapsody over Beyond, I think, as well. That would probably have been my second choice, but no, I think I'd rather watch that. I like Beyond. Beyond's really good.
Beyond's really good, but the thing is, it's like, no matter whatever they try and do, it's like, it's still TOS, but done differently, whereas Strange New Worlds is just that bit different. It's like it completely negates the need for Kelvin. It completely negates the need for it.
I think there is room for a grand, almost motion picturesque, but obviously without the artistic flair. But there's a sort of a grand story to tell about advanced humanism, with that Kelvin curse being a more mature, and maybe we can get like an Admiral Kirk from Chris Pine now, can't we? He could easily pull that off. We could see.
I actually saw fan art of what it would look like with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto as like TMP era.
Yeah,
and it's a cool idea, but they would never do it.
I would like to see. I'd like to see those characters again. I know they are characters we know, but I like their interpretations of them. I would like to see them do something more. I kind of like
Paul Wesley and Ethan Peck more. Sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine. I do as well. I think, like, I like Chris Pine's Kirk for it being different. I think
he's good.
I like Paul Wesley as well. I like they're different. I like it's spun off as a different universe, and we can see them do so. Hopefully they won't do the whales again, like they have basically repeated every theme from each Star Trek movie from the 1, 2, and 3. But hopefully 4 will be something different, a bit grand, and an idea maybe to tell a story like a good old classic Harlan Ellison story, like City on the Edge of Forever or something like that. Something could branch out and do their own thing. Maybe not the Tarantino idea. Definitely not.
Well, yeah, the Tarantino idea was
I was quite looking forward to that.
If there's something
I think it'd be an interesting curio, but I don't think it would advance the franchise in a meaningful way.
No, definitely not. And it wouldn't.
But it'd be interesting to see. No, you know what? Get Tarantino in to direct like a motion picture length episode of Lower Decks featuring freaking Ta'ana and Shax doing their holodeck thing. That'll scratch his fetish. That'll do it. You can get plenty of feet shots of Ta'ana's feet. You'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, right.
Poor thing.
But yeah, like no spoilers, but there's now only like 3 characters from Kelvin that we have in Kelvin that have not appeared in Stranger Worlds now.
Yeah,
it's like spoilery kind of thing for episode 10. There is another character that turns up, but like I don't know. I don't see the point. Like, everyone's like, oh, Star Trek 4. I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather have, like, a Strange New Worlds movie. I'd rather have a Discovery movie. I'd rather have a Lower Decks movie. I'd rather have a Prodigy movie. I'd rather have anything. I'd rather have anything of that.
I don't even think it's linked to that. I think it's different from, like, it's a different studio to the TV, the company. I think that would be handled by someone like Bad Robot. You know, it would be a whole thing. I just would like to see an evolution of those characters. You know, I liked 09. There are parts of Beyond that were good for the character values, and there were.
Oh, I think Beyond is actually a very good movie
Beyond,
overall.
Sorry,
but it's like if I think about how much
Into Darkness. Sorry, I meant there was some.
Shut up.
There was some good parts in there.
Shut up.
What's Into Darkness? What's that? I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I know it's like this. It's like the Matrix sequels, isn't it? They never made it. It's weird that they just.
Have I mentioned? Have I told my Carol Marcus story?
I think you did, but tell it again anyway.
Yeah. So. I was like squirming in my seat during the entirety of Into Darkness. I just don't enjoy this. Like I had like an immediately strong bad reaction to it. And I think the nadir of it was when they trotted out Alice Eve as Carol Marcus. And for context, I love Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan is my favorite Star Trek movie. I think that it has so much like maturity and depth, and the themes in it like resonate with me really strongly.
Are you
even
kidding?
though I don't? Yeah,
you're going there already.
Thank you.
Use that trigger.
But even though the TOS cast is probably my least favorite on balance, you know, I still just really love Wrath of Khan. And the conversation that Kirk and Carol have on the regular asteroid about, you know, feeling old and about David and all that, like, it's one of my favorite conversations in all the fiction. So like that character really resonated with me. It was like one of the first times I was aware that, oh yeah, women could be like amazing scientists. They could be on par with, you know, like the greats of science. They could be single mothers. They could be proud of what they've worked in a way that a man could. It was like a kind of I was very young when I saw it, so it was a big kind of moment. Like she was kind of an idol for me. And then I got to see her take a kit off. So, no, Into Darkness does not have any redeeming features in it. Thank you very much.
It has a few. Klingons are good in Into Darkness. I like the Klingons. But yeah, I forgot an original point.
Just do a Strange New Worlds movie. If you want to split the difference, just do a Strange New Worlds movie. I think everyone would be happy with that. Do it on streaming. Do it in cinemas. People will go out and watch it.
Yeah. Do you think the Section 31 movie is ever going to happen?
I have more faith in that than Star Trek 4.
Yeah, you're probably
infinitely
more higher there. Definitely. Well, thank you both for joining us. Everyone in chat, everyone viewing, thank you very much for joining us for this month's edition of the Star Trek Trek Time Show. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be back this weekend. We got two things going on this weekend. We do, believe it or not.
We do, actually.
We do. Saturday, I believe we are going to be watching along and reviewing Hegemony. We'll call it that now. And I cannot believe it. We will be watching that, and come and join us for that on Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon at the usual time. And sorry, that gets the energy going, doesn't it? And also on Sunday, we will be having Star Trek Adventures with these two numbskulls, with Stars GMing down below me on part 3 of our adventure. You can actually catch the previous 2 adventures on our YouTube channel if you need to catch up. If not, you don't really need to. We just go and do some wild things.
We have fun.
We have a lot of fun, and it's very amusing. Cranky is playing Billy Archer, the descendant of
Billiam
Archer. Yes,
I do a lot of asking how many dice I need to roll.
Yeah, he does that. I'm playing an arsehole of a Delton first officer, and Stars as everybody else. No, we also got some other characters on. I think it's Auto joining us this week. His Gorn.
We will see if he returns as Bjorn Gornsson Vulcan Gorn hybrid. We will find out closer to the time.
Nifty and Genos will be joining us.
Yeah, that'll be brilliant. Yeah, excellent. So we'll be back on Sunday for that, and then following Wednesday, Meat and Stars will be returning to Klingon Honor Guard, and we'll be playing some of that.
And I get to watch you stumble over the controls. You haven't played it in a month.
It's a first-person shooter. I'll be fine as long as I can work out where the killing button is. I'll be absolutely fine. So come and watch that.
That's the Star Trek way.
So it's the Klingon way. It is the way of honor. We'll be back with that. For all other events, I'll be updating the event schedule shortly. We have the next Timelines Talks and the next Star Trek Games Show, and I'll be putting some more in there over the next few months. We are starting to talk about this year's awards show as well, because every year we do an award show, because why not? You kind of have to. I'm thinking it might be a little more Star Trek related, less timelines related. We'll see. We're going to make those decisions, but we'll see. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you soon. Live long and prosper, and most importantly,
live logs and proper.
Live logs and proper. Whichever way you want to do it. We love you all the same. Bye-bye.
It's all set.
What's all set?
I got Hooker lined up with a dude who's going to give him the deal of a lifetime on a new Porsche.
A Porsche?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you should wait. You might get a better deal through the state.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just did some story on a guy who's selling stolen Porsches off a lot on Main. Real sleazy character.
What's his name?
Delvin, Kelvin,
Melvin?
Melvin?